That guy has no quit in him.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Batangas throws it away. No, it will stay on their side. Last touch, si Shaq Alanes.
He was thinking na tatamaan niya si Rin William Bing doon. He was trying to get that to the body of Rin William Bing so that it eventually ends up in their favor. But Rin William Bing didn't want any part of it, stayed away.
15 to shoot.
Nermal facing a double team. Muntik na maagaw ni Collado. But they are in penalty. Collado gives up the foul.
Number 5, Jay Collado, penalty, substitution. Jay Collado nagawa for CJ Atlantica.
Free throws coming up for Mark Cruz.
2 free throws for Mark Cruz.
Itong free throw na ito, atid sa atin yan na Extreme, ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Batangas just 5 out of 10 from the charity stripe. CJ Isit still recovering from that fractured hand. Cruz coming up empty. And a lane violation against Batangas City, giving the ball back to Valenzuela.
Well, Valenzuela still in this. You know, it'll be interesting how they set up this next offensive set for them and how Batangas is going to defend against it. Well, it looks like they are going to go on a man here. Maybe a man to show and eventually turn up to be back to zone. We'll see.
Obuyes. Pasa kay Jay Collado. Forcing it up. No whistle.
They forced it.
Nermal tumawid. Facing 3 white jerseys. A foul on Valenzuela.
Boy, John Nermal was dangerously once again in that trap area. You remember kanina dito sa harap natin where he stopped and he fell down because he was very near the half-court line, picked up his dribble, was in a lot of trouble. They lost that possession. That ball swung over to Valenzuela. But this time, thankfully for John Nermal, he was able to split the defense, pass it, and then get fouled.
Jack Alanes plagued by foul trouble all night long. His night is done. Just 5 points, 2 of 7 shooting, and close to 18 minutes.
John Nermal is on the line. Roughly about a 54% free throw shooter. He does get to the line a lot. Almost a third of his shot attempts have really resulted in free throws. This one's one of them.
It's the first free throw. Nermal, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists.
And you know what? Both these teams are gonna need games like this, to try and test their fortitude.
Obuyes nakabuelo. Turned back by Don Ochea, the former MPBL Defensive Player of the Year.
Talk about defense right there. Don Ochea hanging on, staying on that drive, keeping a hand up, and not allowing that shot to happen.
Nermal, naagawan ni Obuyes. Chelo will force it up, almost got it in. And 2 free throws coming up.
And that is the third time that we've seen John Nermal have problems with the ball in his hands, trying to bring it down the floor to their front court.
Nermal will foul out.
Now you go a little bit smaller now with Ino Comboy replacing the fouled out John Nermal.
Big miss from Chelo Buyes.
That was a big miss.
Could have made it a one-possession ball game.
Haba pa nito, 1 minute and 10.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time. Remember that 3 earlier by Jay Collado?
Buyes, pasok yung pangalawa. Comboy. Pasa kay Don Ochea. Abdul Sawat. Double team comes. Sawat nakawala. Pasa sa labas. Yambing swings it to Comboy. Ino. No need to foul. No. But Collado.
Yeah, didn't need to foul.
Third foul on Jay Collado.
They're already in penalty and you don't need to foul. Batangas still has...
Saka masakit kasi dun, paubos na yung shot clock eh.
Yeah,
if you wanted to foul, you could have done it much earlier.
Yeah, earlier, that's right.
Comboy though, he misses. Batangas is just 6 out of 14 from the free throw line.
And to your point, we were thinking they're not fouling because they know that they can still defend.
Sa limang-lamang, Arwin Leonor comes in for Ino Comboy. So a much bigger lineup right now for Batangas City.
This possession is going to be very important for Valenzuela.
Collado, quick three. Yes! Papasa dalawang lamang, 85-83. A lot of time remaining, 45 ticks left.
Batangas has now control of a 2-4-1 situation. Ooh!
Muntik pang maagaw, Abdul Sawat fouled.
Foul number 16, CJ.
More free throws here.
Drivers in the penalty.
Batangas so far is 6 of 14
Shooting 2 Abdul
from the line. They only had, I think, 1 free throw attempt in the first half.
Abdul missing the front end of his free throws. An 83.3% free throw shooter coming in. A strong performance tonight, 13 points and 10 rebounds. Still a one-possession ball game. Timeout, Valenzuela. That's their last one. Will stay on the air. 86-83 Batangas City. And very interesting what Coach Estong is planning to draw up. Let's listen in.
Tingnan mo ha, tingnan mo. Okay. Okay ha. Same tayo ha, same tayo. Dito ka pa rin, Lester ha. Okay, kailangan natin 2 points na. Kung may 2 points tayo, pag wala 3 points. Ha? Okay tayo ha, listen ha. Same formation tayo. Tingnan nyo to ha. Tingnan nyo to ha. Point guard. JR. Ikaw to. Ikaw to ha. Okay, labas. Kung meron ha, JR, tingnan mo ha. Pak, wala. Tingnan mo ha. Debator tayo dito, dalawa. Tingnan mo, baka meron. Ha? Tingnan mo to ha. Okay, wala. Tumakbo ka doon. Pwede mo ipasa sa kanya, balik sa'yo.
Kahit hindi tumama yung...
Hoy, kahit hindi tumama.
Tamaan niyo yung tao niya.
Tama yung sira na makatira ka ha.
Tamaan niyo.
Quick, kuha ng bola.
Well, Coach Stong wants a quick 2 and then hope that they defend well, get one more crack at it. And I feel they are looking at Jello Obuyes to get a screen and so that he's free from a 3. They are set up. He was mentioning something about an elevator. I like to think CJ Alatica and Lester Reyes would be that elevator. Either back pick, there's that elevator, corner pick.
Collado shoots over the defender, no good. Was a lot of time left.
Yeah, that was a lot of time left. They didn't need to rush. Maybe they are trying to go for a 2-4-1, but you still have a lot of time. I was going to say, Ken, you and I were discussing off air whether to take, if you're in that situation, would you take a 3 or would you take a 2? in my opinion, I would rather go for a 3 to try and tie this up because you're not really sure that they're not going to score on the next possession. So even if you get a 2 and they get a bucket, you're still back to 3 points, but you have lesser time to come up with a 3-point shot attempt. And so if you have enough time, take the quick 3.
Poliado swings it. Lester Reyes, pinabayaan nilang tumira sa 3. That's the guy you want to shoot. And another foul given up. 20 seconds left.
And this one is really just prolonging this outcome, which I feel should be Batangas already. Not unless a major, collapse of how they've been playing. This is an impending win for Batangas.
Comboy.
Oh,
Malakas
man.
yung una. So even if he makes this remains a 2-possession ball game.
Well, it looks like free throw is going to be part of the practice next session.
Supply
Oh,
din yung
man.
pangalawa. Pwede pa ito para sa Valenzuela, but they have to move in quick. Comboy gives up the foul. That's their last foul to give.
That was a good foul to give, actually.
15.8 seconds remaining.
You gotta
Oligario. Oh,
watch. Ooh,
It's an inbound
yeah, you
violation.
can't do that.
he was moving on the sideline. Yeah. That's an easy call.
That's right.
Pwede mo lang gawin yan pag off a made basket sa
Correct.
baseline.
Correct. But in there, you have to plant your feet.
That's a costly mistake. Buyes gives up his 4th. Ito yun, no? Here,
Layo na nilakad niya. He got to the half-court line. Wow.
Coach Estong already going over to Coach Cholo Villanueva. But you have to laud the performance of Valenzuela despite this impending loss.
Agree. And then I'm looking at the games that they played with teams with a winning record. They lost. What was that?
Sa palagay ko di naman sadya eh. Ang tingin ko But that was a dangerous play. Something that could have been avoided. Hopefully Yambing is okay. I think he is.
See that once again. Oh yeah, we didn't need that. I mean, much as we've loved how he's performed in this game, speaking of CJ Elatica, you can't do that. That is not something that you want to do in a game that's already decided.
CJ Elatica commits an unsportsmanlike foul. So Yambing, 2 free throws per small possession.
Well, that was a dangerous one.
Yeah.
First off, you have wood corners of yung table na nandun, no?
Nawalan tuloy ng sound si Bogs.
Oo nga, no?
Si Bogs Obana, yung aming DJ dito sa venue.
Resident DJ natin. Ayan si Bogs.
So, kalikot na naman siya. Ubus na yung oras, Bogs. 7.4 seconds na lang. But how about Batangas City weathering the storm, battling back from 15 points down, playing catch-up the rest of the way. And it's nice to see Jello Obuyes and Nino Comboy
That's right.
shake it off after that heated exchange multiple times from them. Batangas City surviving this gallant stand by Valenzuela, and they pick up their 11th straight victories and 6-0 at home. 2 steals, 2 blocks. Complete performance once again.